I'm Adrian from Coffee. Today I'm going to be doing something that I've never done before, which is review a coffee machine. The Scandinavian distributor of Sage machines, WIT, they sent me the new Barista Touch Impress to give my honest opinions about it. And I thought, since I already have it on hand to test, I could do a proper review for all of you guys. I should start though by saying that I have a very good relationship with Sage and WIT. They sponsored me for the 2021 World Barista Championship, so I have some bias. And I also sell their dual boiler espresso machine on my website. I will not be keeping this machine though, as after the review I'm going to be giving it away to someone on Instagram. So let's jump into the review. This is the Sage Barista Touch Impress. It's a new entry-level machine from Sage, and it has all of the bells and whistles like integrated grinder, automatic tamping, automatic dosing, an intuitive touchscreen display, and it also has an automatic milk steaming system. With this machine, it seems like Sage are targeting people who've never used an espresso machine before and trying to make it as easy as possible for them to make that first step. I really like that. One thing that's always impressed me with Sage machines is how much technology they're able to fit inside their home machines. This one has a PID control on the boiler, which is a fancy way of saying that it's digitally controlled, so it's very stable. It also has something called a thermojet system, which heats up the water to 92 degrees in just 3 seconds. I haven't timed it, but it is very fast. It also has an auto milk queue system, which steams the milk for you to the correct temperature. It has auto tamping with a depth sensor to check your dose. And it also has programmable settings via the touchscreen display, which is very useful and not very common on entry-level machines. The thing that I like the most about this machine, however, is the integrated grinder. The most important thing when it comes to brewing delicious coffee is the grinder. If you're going to spend your money on a single piece of expensive coffee equipment, the grinder is that thing. With a good grinder, you can brew delicious coffee with a French press, or you can make delicious espresso with a moka pot. Usually, when it comes to machines that do both grinding and brewing, they have to make some compromises, and the grinder is always the loser. It seems like Sage understands this, so for this machine they teamed up with well-known grinder producer Baratza, and they also told me that in the future all Sage machines that have integrated grinders are going to have Baratza grinders. I think this was a clever move by Sage, because the grinder in this machine is hands down the best thing about the Impress. The auto tamping can be a bit on and off. I didn't always get good tamps, and the auto leveling system can be a bit slow. It takes a few times to grind and tamp before it's happy with the amount. But almost every shot that I made came out really delicious. And I think we can thank the Baratza grinder for that consistency. The Espresso Brewing itself is very intuitive, and you can easily select pre-made drinks on the touchscreen display, or you can change the amount or the extraction time to suit your preference. You can also do manual start and stop if you prefer to do that. I just stuck with the preset double espresso settings, and I used a washed Guatemalan espresso that was medium roasted, and the Impress had no trouble producing balanced and sweet espresso shots for me. The machine has a 54mm basket size, so it's not compatible with most aftermarket accessories like distribution tools. But if you know what those are, then this probably isn't the machine for you anyway. The biggest selling point that Sage are pushing with this machine is the auto milk queue system, and they're targeting it towards people who've never steamed milk before. One of the biggest selling points is the ability to use different presets for different types of milk. So you can have different temperatures and foam based on if you're using oat milk, soy milk, almond milk, or cow's milk. I think that's something a lot of people are going to appreciate. When it comes to the actual steaming performance of the system, I will say this. If you've never steamed milk before, the Impress will definitely do a better job than you, and you should just let it handle it. If you have some experience with milk steaming though, you'll probably be a little bit underwhelmed. The way it works is it pumps air into the milk first, and then it uses steam to texture it. What it produces is hot milk with foam, but the texture isn't always that great. This pretty much fits with my previous experience of automatic milk systems in that it can reproduce the quality of an inexperienced barista at best. Luckily, the Impress does give you the option to steam manually, so if you know what you're doing, you can produce silky milk that's perfect for latte art. So there's nothing wrong with the pressure or the steam wand itself. Overall, if you are a complete beginner and you want a machine that will help you get started and guide you along the way, but also accommodate you as you start to learn more and you want to adjust settings with the grinder or the recipes and you want to learn how to steam milk yourself, this is the machine for you. It has everything you need to get started included in the package, and it has tons of accessories, And it also has a very handy storage drawer underneath the drip tray for all of those things that come with it, so it doesn't clutter up your kitchen. It also comes with a very thick and comprehensive manual to teach you everything you need to know, and it even has instructions on how to dismantle and clean the tamping system and the grinder. It even has instructions on how to change the calibration of your grinder if you prefer very dark or very light roasted coffee, so that you can change the grinding range to suit that, which is very useful. I would say that this machine is like a fully automated machine, with the only caveat being that you have to physically move the portafilter to the grinder and back again yourself, and you have to physically put the milk jug underneath the steam wand yourself. If that little bit of work is okay with you, then you'll be rewarded with a machine that makes you feel like a barista with minimal effort, and you'll most likely be drinking the best home espresso drinks you've ever had up until this point. If you're looking for a more advanced machine though, or if you already have some experience as a home barista, this is probably not the machine for you. It doesn't quite produce coffee shop levels of quality, especially when it comes to the milk. So if you know what you're doing, you can probably do a better job yourself. But since that's not really this machine's target anyway, I think you're probably going to be looking for something like a Sage Dual Boiler or similar machines instead. Thank you very much for listening. I hope this was informative and useful, and I hope that you get to drink a really delicious coffee today. Goodbye.